Right?
Yep.
What part?
I'm from Old Bridge, New Jersey.
Okay, yeah, I'm like maybe an hour from there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm in Tom's River.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Concert Junkies, Rob and John. Oh yeah.
And we're live. So would you like to introduce yourself and what band you're from?
Yeah, this is Damian Drake from the band Reddstar, and yeah, what's up, y'all?
So you're originally from Tom's River?
Yes, sir. I grew up in Forked River, but I actually currently reside in Tom's River.
So what's your favorite, are you Seaside or are you Point?
I feel like points where like preppy white people go because it's like cleaner.
Yeah.
And then I feel like Seaside is just a shit show. Like everybody that fucking wants to come down to the shore goes there. So
Yeah, I'm Point Pleasant all day.
it's definitely cleaner. I feel like there's just a little more to do in Seaside because again it's fucking crazy there, you know. Especially before like all the fires and stuff when like
Yeah.
the whole boardwalk had like the extra rides and the whole other section, but now they're building it up and adding like I don't know all kinds of shit.
Alright, I'm going to start you off with a very hard question here.
Okay.
What do you want to leave as your legacy?
It's funny because it's not like I've never thought of that before. I would have to say I don't know that I made a statement, and because at the end of the day, like I've always liked the idea of like you know when you think of like Elvis or like the Beatles or whoever you know you name it that's like an iconic musician
Yeah.
and a lot of people know the names but it doesn't mean everybody listens to the music but I feel like when you've made that much of an impact to where you're like a household name like that and that even like some really young kid all the way up to a you know guy in a fucking retirement home would be like I know who Elvis is or I know who the Beatles are like I feel like if you can do that and that's like the lasting impression that you make, I think you did something correct.
So who got you into music in, the beginning?
Well, it's funny, right? Before I started playing in bands, I actually was really into fucking rap music. So when I was in 8th grade, I remember riding on the bus with this other kid, and he was like listening to music, whatever, and then I was listening to the stuff that he had because at the time, you know, that's when people would share earbuds and shit.
Yeah.
And it was just like the craziest, most ignorant fucking rap music I've ever heard. Like it was just so much cursing, so much ignorance, and I just loved it because it was just really aggressive, really angry. And I actually started writing rap music at that time. Like just you know, not even with beats or anything, just like on like with paper and fucking just writing lyrics. And slowly but surely, I just kept doing that. And then I picked up singing once I got to high school, and I was actually like singing in choir and stuff like that. But I didn't play in my first band until I was 19, and that happened because I got asked to feature as a rap artist on another band's song.
Really?
And eventually, we'd play a lot of shows together, and the guys were like, "Well, hey, you play every show with us, you might as well just be in the band." And then I became like the front man of that band, and that's way before I started looking like this. It was
Yeah.
way before. I used to have a shaved head and fucking wear Nikes and Jordans and shit all day, so I completely flipped my look like 180.
So from your first band that you were in to now, have you seen self-growth?
Oh, 100%. I used to be acid rapping and acid singing, and to the point where I'm at now, it's like night and day. Like, I was the joke of my high school. Like, literally, like, once people found out that I made rap songs, I only made like a couple with some friends of mine that had like recording stuff. And when people found it online, they like spread it like wildfire and like basically just to make fun of me. And it really sucked, but I don't know. It's like, I look back at stuff like that and think about where I'm at now, and it's like, to see the growth that I've had is just so crazy. But I know that there's always room to improve and always get better at everything. So I'm definitely not where I want to be, but I've gotten a lot further from where I started.
If you could pick your own bill, I'm saying locals or not locals, who would you want on your bill?
Jesus Christ. These questions are hard.
Uh,
I like so much different music. So, like, to give you an idea, today I was listening to a shit ton of country, and then on my drive home, I was listening to a lot of ghetto-ass rap music. So, like, and everything in between. Can you give me, like, an idea of how many acts? That would make my life so much easier. Like, how many bands or artists? You want to say like 5?
A standard setup is 5.
Okay. In no order. I'd probably get one of everybody from everything. So, like, off the top, I would say Morgan Wallen's in there because he's fucking amazing and he's killing it in country. Nettle, Slipknot. Everybody comes out for Slipknot, and they always put on a great show.
Yep.
If I could bring them back from the dead, I'd say Linkin Park. Because they're one of my favorite bands of all time. So if we could bring Chester back, you know, that'll be our one. Take him out of the grave for a show. I'd throw like a rapper in there. I would say probably DaBaby or Travis Scott, because they both are really good live. And then I'm trying to think of a fifth. You know, for a fifth, Disturbed. Throw them in there.
Okay, this would be very interesting.
It'd be a really weird fucking show, but I think it'd be sick.
But who would you have headlining?
Oh man. I would definitely have Morgan Wallen as direct support, but I think I'd have Linkin Park. It's a tie between Linkin Park or fucking Slipknot, but I don't know. Linkin Park to me, I feel like ties the whole bill together, even though they have nothing to do with country, you know. But at least they're like a hybrid, so kind of tie the show together, having them be the headliner.
So who would you want to feature with? I told you it's not going to be easy.
Can I say everybody? Is that an answer?
Well, I'll take that, but
I'll narrow down a song idea that I had, or I've had in the back of my head that I always thought would be really cool if I could pull it off somehow. I'm a really big fan of Stain.
Yep.
and Aaron Lewis. You know, take away views and stuff like that. I don't ever really look at that stuff when I mean, unless it's like really bad. But like, I don't really take person's or people's views and be like, oh, that's the reason why I don't like them, because I am a very very big Stain fan. So I would say if I had to track with Aaron Lewis, and there's an artist called Yellow Wolf,
Yep.
who's really really awesome. And I was like, man, if I ever was able to get those two on a track together, that shit would just be fucking insane. And I think it would be very complimentary because, you know, Yellow Wolf is like a southern artist. You know, Aaron Lewis has like the country thing. And
Yeah.
I feel like just made like this killer fucking track that I'd be like, if people seen that come out, they'd be like, how did this happen?
Well, hopefully they're watching and we can make that happen.
Yeah. I haven't met Aaron Lewis, but I met Yellow Wolf, and he's a really cool guy. So I'm gonna try and make that happen one day.
So who are your top female fronted bands that you like?
Top female fronted.
Yeah.
I really like Pretty Reckless. Diamante is really cool. I don't want to give this basic answers. You know, I feel like a lot of people say In This Moment and Evanescence and Hailstorm. Like, I'm trying to think like little off the beaten path. Those two definitely though, Pretty Reckless and Diamante. But I'm trying to think of one more. There's one that I got. I'm fucking drawing a blank.
Faith to Destroy?
Say that again?
Faith to Destroy?
Yeah, they're really dope too.
Throw them in the mix.
Man. I'll just stick with those for right now. Because that's like a big rabbit hole to jump down that I'm drawing a blank on right now because there's just so many that are fucking great.
Alright, I'm going to segue into the hardest question of the night.
Okay.
Last Supper scenario, who's your 12 musicians?
Jesus Christ, man.
What? I told you it wasn't going to be...
I feel like I'm on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Well,
I gotta pick my own answer. It's actually not terrible because I got a lot of people that are dead that I'd really like to have there. So like off the top, Chester Bennington, Kurt Cobain, Lane Staley, Aaron Lewis. I'd throw Kid Rock in there. David Draymond.
the early Kid Rock or how he is now?
I mean,
he's changed a lot.
Yeah, he's changed a lot. But yeah, early Kid Rock is. I mean, listen, man. Anybody who's gonna sit here and tell me that Kid Rock at Woodstock in 1999 wasn't one of the best sets, they're fucking crazy. Because you can go on YouTube and watch that video, and it's pretty top notch for a set. And I've watched all of them. I'm a big fan of like Woodstock and like the series and seeing all the different acts that have played because it's such an iconic festival. And his is up there for me because it's just like this I don't give a fuck attitude back then that was just like so sick. So that's 5. Did I say Corey Taylor?
You just did.
Okay. David Draymond. Cody Jinks, who's a really fucking good country singer that I really, really like. He makes like outlaw country. I'm trying to think. I'll say 3 6 Mafia. That's 2 people.
Okay.
3 if you want to be specific, but I'll say 2 people. Nas, that's another one. Man. I don't even know. What am I at? 8 or 9?
I'm gonna say 8.
Okay.
Then you still have Lady Magdalene.
I'll throw Rob Zombie in there.
Okay.
I'm trying to think like outside of the box a little bit here. Kanye West.
That's out the box.
Justin Bieber.
That's definitely out the box.
I'm trying to make this a crazy table. Like, I want this to be like meeting of the nations kind of fucking last
Okay.
So, it's either got me a 10 or 11.
Then you just have to pick one female.
One female. I know, I picked a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Alicia Keys.
Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
I like a lot of different shit, man. Alicia Keys, to me, is one of the most talented R&B singers to ever do it. She's fucking insanely talented and makes great music. So, and she's a bad bitch. So I know she'd be the only chick at that table, but she'd be the one who tell everybody to sit the fuck down, shut up and eat. Like, she'd be commanding the fucking table because she's a fucking boss. So.
So I saw something that you were in a movie?
Yeah. We did this movie called My Favorite Girlfriend. Not even out yet. Don't even know the release date. Just know that we were there. But it was cool because I've never been on like a legit movie set before. And it was like mainly a lot of sitting around at the time watching football on my phone. And then we did this scene for maybe 20, 30 minutes. And then we left. But it was pretty cool. The one chick who's the main chick, I think, she's actually going to be in the new Obi-Wan series that comes out on Disney Plus.
Oh, really?
This month or next month? Yeah, so I thought that was kind of cool.
So how did you get involved in that?
That was through Eric's chick. She knew the girl who was involved with working on the movie and everything, and then asked if we were interested in like being a band playing in the one scene where it's basically like I don't know if I can give it away, but in a nutshell, we're performing.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So we got invited to do it, and it was pretty cool. But again, it was a lot of like waiting your turn in a nutshell. So we wouldn't have like this super pivotal part. It's kind of like Ace Ventura when like Cannibal Corpse is playing and he's running through the fucking venue. Yeah, I guess it's like that. Like we're there, but we're not like that important. So.
Did you at least get to play one of your songs?
Yeah, we played Penetrate, which because at that time we only had 2 or 3 songs out, so that's the one that we decided on.
So, what's your writing process? Is it stuff that you've lived, or people telling you stories, or you take things out of books, or?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of what I write is personal. It's very like I don't know. We're lucky to be in a time where it's cool to like make happy sounding stuff, even if the lyrics are really depressing, which kind of helps me because I just feel like that's always my go-to is to write stuff like that. But yeah, I haven't come across a period or a time where I've wanted to write somebody else's story yet, but I'm not opposed to it. You know, I feel like there's a lot of people out there who have really great stories that just don't write it down or, you know, just tell people that they know, but I feel like it would be really cool to share. So I'm not against the idea, but a lot of what I write is personal stuff. So actually, and it's crazy, we just played in Vegas, And after we performed, this woman came up to me and was talking to me and just saying how she liked the set and everything. Kind of hammered, so I was just like, "Oh, thank you," like trying to like
Yeah.
not shove her away, but like make my way to leave the conversation. And at one point, she asked me like who writes the lyrics, and I said, "Well, I mean, I write all of them. It's since it's my part." And she turns around and goes, "Wow, well, I just want to say I feel really sorry for you, and I apologize that you go through all that stuff that you talk about." And I've never had anybody say that to me, and it was actually really, really crazy. It kind of hit me funny because I've never like had somebody actually be like, "I heard what you said, and I know that you can get through it." In a nutshell, it's always the other side where, hey, like your lyrics mean so much to me and it's helping me get through shit. It's like to have somebody else be like, I feel really bad and I hope you get through this, or like I know you can get through this. That was just so interesting to go through, especially because it caught me off guard.
Is that like the weirdest experience you came across on tour or playing?
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I haven't experienced anything too crazy or weird. Like, you have your occasional, like, dipshits and fucking random people that come up to you that are just, like, really out there. Or, like, real punishers is, like, a term that people use in this music industry. But that was definitely the one that really, really caught me off guard because I've just, again, like, this woman was hammered. Like, it was very easy to notice. So then when she just started talking and saying that really real shit, I was like, damn, like it's weird to like actually feel like you've been heard by a stranger and for them to like appreciate what you do in that regard. Not just like, oh, you put on a good show or oh, the music sounds cool.
Any embarrassing stories on stage?
Embarrassing. I wouldn't say like anything too crazy. Like, ironically, that same show in Vegas, fucking, I like was performing, and then like I try to keep like a water bottle or something by like the drum kit, so then after like the song I can like take a sip.
Yeah.
And I took a sip, didn't realize that Eric's bass head was just fucking right underneath me, and I jumped up and just went and fucking smacked my head so hard. But in the middle of the set, I gotta just play it off. And then later, I noticed on my arm, I had like dried up blood, and I was like, "Oh my fucking god, did I cut my head open?" Luckily, I didn't. But like, it was like, I think what actually happened was someone's like end of like their guitar strings or whatever, like
Oh.
my arm.
Yep.
So it like after I washed the blood off, like I saw like the cut on my arm.
Yeah.
But for a minute, because I've cracked my head open before, and I was like, Jesus Christ, dude, am I about to go to the fucking hospital in Vegas? But luckily, I was fine. So I guess that's like the craziest.
So what do you do when you're not playing? Do you play video games or do you have any other hobbies that are when you're not writing and doing things?
I love video games. I have a PlayStation 5 and I have a Switch. And I can sit and play games for hours. I mean, honestly, to the point where I'm probably gonna get a Twitch stream going where like I do that once a week because I could literally sit there and just play, and I'm like, well, I might as well give the fans extra content.
Okay.
And especially because it's funny, like when I play online, you get the shit talkers and stuff. So
Yeah.
it gets pretty entertaining. Especially because like I like playing Call of Duty and like 2K22, which is basketball for people who don't know. and just it gets real fucking competitive online. So it's like you get people who are like threatening you to shoot you and stuff, like in real life and stuff, just
Yeah.
because they're losing. And it's just so crazy the things that people fucking say over like losing in a fucking game. So, but I definitely would say video games like all day. I could play fucking video games for hours on end.
So if you had to pick your favorite game from growing up, what was it?
Ooh, I would have to say there's a series called Jack that was the shit to me. It was like it was for PlayStation. I've always had PlayStation, and it was just like the stories were great. Had like good shooter aspects to it. But to me, it was just the fact that like there was good gameplay and a good story with it, and I had all of them. I had fucking Jack and Daxter, Jack 2 and 3, and I had like the combat racing one that they made too, which wasn't as good. It was a little different, but that was probably my favorite growing up. And then everybody says Call of Duty, but Call of Duty was up there too. It's just that's a given. That game's a fucking game changer.
I was always Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat
See,
when I was growing up.
I like Mortal Kombat, but I suck dick at it, man. Like, all right, let me tell you something. So, one of the only Mortal Kombats I bought, I beat the story mode.
Okay.
Then I was like, all right, now I'm gonna start playing people online because I got the game down.
Yeah.
Kicked the shit out of the first guy I played. Then lost every single fucking match after that because like the combo memorizing I was not good at. Like to memorize like what buttons to hit for each combo, I was just not good at it. So I would just get fucked up all fucking day. And I ended up just selling it. I was like, I'm done. Fuck this.
So who would you use though? Sub-Zero or Scorpion?
I actually would use what's his name? Liu Kang?
Oh, okay.
He's the guy with the kick?
Yeah.
Because he had this one combo that was literally just pushing like the circle button like 5 times.
Yep.
Kick like crazy. He was like the only guy I was decent with. Other than that, I sucked dick with everybody.
So if you weren't playing music, what would you be doing with your life?
Probably be fucking dead. Literally, because I don't know where I'd be without music. Like, it's like my Lord and Savior. Literally. I mean, my family tree is a fucking dark tree. So I really have a predetermined path coming into this world, and music has been what's kept me from going down that path. And I mean, there's a lot of people who do music and go down that path anyway, but it's definitely what helps me deal with the fucking demons and shit. So, yeah. Very depressing answer, but it's very real.
I'd rather the person be real than fake. What's your favorite song to play live, and your least favorite?
Well, my favorite is definitely the one that we're putting out this Friday. I don't know. Oh yeah, you said this is a live stream, so
Yep.
Friday, and it's called Bad Decisions. It's fucking. This is what complements the Kid Rock statements because it's got Kid Rock vibes to it, and it hits hard. We played it for the first time in Vegas and LA recently, and it just went off. So that's my favorite. Least favorite is this song called Fuck It All, which is the third song we put out. Personally, I don't think it's one of our best. I think it's like very weird. Like it's got like a Nickelback chorus, but then this very like alternative like verses. I love Nickelback. So obviously I'm fucking putting it on there. So if it sounds like that, it's because I like them. But it's just a very weird song, and I'm not a big fan of it. I actually would love for us to take it out of the set at some point and replace it with something else. But that's probably my least favorite.
So how do you choose what songs are going to be on the record and what songs are going to be left out? Or you're going to use them for later dates? Like, how does that work?
Well, playing live definitely lets us know that, because if we don't have it out yet and we play it live and it doesn't really translate, then we kind of use that as like a radar or a meter to judge on if it's gonna make the cut or not. Because we have songs, like actually anybody who saw us when we did the run with Raw and Awake at Last, we played actually only one song that we're not really sure is gonna ever come out or not. So, because again, when we played it live, it didn't really translate well. And even though we thought it was a really dope song, and the recording of it is really cool, but I don't think like people are really ready for it because it's just too different. So that's basically how we judge it. And then if we don't play it live, it's just like, well, we all think it's fucking good, so we're gonna put it out.
So what song have you written that, what do you call it, well, maybe it's going back to what you just said. Is there another song that you've written that, what do you call it, it's too emotional for you to put out at this moment, like you have it in the back burner?
With this group, we only have one song that I really want to put out, because it was one of the first songs that we made as a band, and I just put like so much emotion into the chorus. And the song's not really like super emotional. It's more like motivational. But it was just like at that point, like I remember singing it and I like broke down and had to like take a minute, because like I was just really feeling what I was saying, and it was just such a strong chorus to me. That's why I hate that like we don't have a finished version of it yet, and I really like it a lot. But that's one that also might not see the light of day. But I kind of hope that one day we finish it and actually put it out, because I actually really like that one a lot.
Is there a song that you wish you wrote that another artist did?
Oh, dude, easy. Fucking take your pick. Outsider, It's Been a While by Stain. Dude, I listen to those songs enough to keep all their lights on. Like, and they don't get tired to me. I mean, I can even say that about anything off of Hybrid Theory. Like those two albums in general, Hybrid Theory and Break the Cycle, are like Stained in Linkin Park. I've listened to those albums front to back, and there's just so much fucking amazing music. I mean, to think that Hybrid Theory came out in 1999, and you listen to that album, and it just sounds like it's so ahead of its time. Like just how it sounds to this day. I don't know. I might be biased because I'm such a big Linkin Park fan, but it was just like so unique and different for what was coming out at that time frame, that it's just such a classic fucking album. But if I had to pick, It's Been a While to me is a song that and I've said this to myself before, where I'm like, man, I can't wait for the day that I write a song in that regard, where I'm like, it's fucking iconic, you know? And I don't want to make something jokey. Like, that song's fucking great, but it's not like a joke, you know? Like,
No.
It's not like that, you know, that Old Town Road song that, I don't know, like how that's a joke, but it was such a huge song. Like, I don't want that. I want something that, like, people go back and listen to it and be like, wow, that's a fucking great song. And there's plenty of them out there. Like, like I think the same thing of Rooster by Alice in Chains. That song's fucking amazing. That song same deal. I can listen to that all day. Doesn't get old to me. Fucking great song. And I know I will do it one day. I just don't know when. But when I do, I'll be very fucking happy with myself.
What was the first CD you ever bought yourself? Not gifted. You actually spent your money.
Easy. 10,000 Fists by Disturbed.
Really?
That was the first CD I ever bought. But Disturbed was like my favorite band growing up. Like I had this weird phase where I liked a lot of early metal stuff and rock stuff. Then I got super into rap music and was like, if I'm gonna get good at rap, I'm just gonna listen to nothing but rap.
Okay.
And then I got a little older and was like, well, wait, I can get really good ideas from all genres. And then I started listening to everything. But yeah, 10,000 Fists was the very first CD I bought with my own money. And it was fucking, you know, I mean, I love that album. So
that was their third album, I believe.
Yeah, because they
the
had
third one.
The Sickness, they had Believe, and then they had 10,000 Fists.
Okay. I'm just trying to do the math because we're not that far in age, so I'm just trying to think of when that was. But
I'm gonna shoot in the dark and say 2005. I think.
Okay.
I'm not entirely sure. I think it might be a little later than that, but yeah, either like mid to late 2000s. And I think that was right before CDs like went obsolete. Like they start like it slowly stopped selling physical CDs at stores and shit. I mean, they still do it now, but you know what I mean. Like it was more prevalent in that time frame.
Yeah.
And now it's like, yeah, you can go to FYE or Best Buy or whatever, but it's like not like it was.
Yeah. What was the first concert you ever went to as a patron?
What was that? The last part? As a what?
As a patron, not playing, as a guest.
I didn't really go to many when I was younger, to be honest. Like my mom was so fucking strict that I wasn't allowed to go to anything.
Oh.
So I'm trying to think of like what early. I mean, I could say the first concert I bought like a ticket for was probably Warped Tour. So I mean, I can't remember the year. It was not obviously Warped Tour hasn't been a thing in a while, but like I was like 17 or 18. So it was like that was definitely like the first one I bought a ticket for. Because other than that, it was like local stuff, but like stuff that I can't sit here and tell you band names.
Have you ever walked out of a concert?
Yeah. I got to go see Judas Priest and Deep Purple, and had really great seats. It was at PNC.
I was there.
Yeah, and I'd never seen either before. And they had Judas Priest go before Deep Purple. And Judas Priest was just so fucking good, man. I was so blown away. Because I just went into it like, you know, they're a band that's been around for a while. Rob Halford's old as fuck. I'm here for free. Like, so I'm just going to enjoy it. But I was not expecting to be blown away. It was really fucking good. And then Deep Purple went on after, and it was so uneventful that I said to the person who gave me the tickets, I'm like, you want to just leave? Like, this is so boring. Like, they were doing like keyboard solos, and the singer would like go fucking hang out somewhere and disappear. And I'm like, how are you gonna have Judas Priest play before you guys, blow you the fuck out of the water, and then try and fucking build a raft to fucking float on. It was just uncomparable to me, man. I was like,
Yeah.
I ended up just leaving.
Yeah, I was there that night. I stayed for, I'm gonna say maybe 3 or 4 songs in, and I left as well. I wasn't, because I got the tickets for free as well, and I only know "Smoke on the Water" and one one other song by them. I heard that, and then I left. Like, I love PNC, but it's hell to get out of there. So I mean, that's my only complaint about PNC. It's hard to get at the end of the show to actually leave.
Well, that's another thing too. So I mean, that was a concert where I legit left way before the band was done. But I had done that before. Like, I went and saw the last Slipknot tour, but I left early because, like the time it takes for you to get to your fucking car and leave, especially if you leave when the show's actually over, you're fucked. Like, you're gonna be there for a while. So, like for that show for Slipknot, we left. I think right when they came back on stage to do their encore set.
Okay.
So we were like, we still watched like a good hour and a half, or however long the set was. So I was like, dude, I got enough. I got my fill. So let's get the fuck out of here before we're stuck in traffic for 45 minutes just to get out of the fucking venue.
What is your favorite venue, and what's your worst favorite venue?
As a performer, or like someone attending?
It could be a two-parter.
Well, I could definitely say, to answer for both performing and going, I like Starland Ballroom a lot. Because it's a decent sized spot, so they get like decent acts in there because they can put a lot of people in the building. And when I played there a million times, with not only with bands but with like my own solo music, because again I used to rap, and I played that place sold out with both genres, with rock music and fucking rap music, and that place is fucking sick. So I would say that's the best. And then as far as going, or at least I would say, I'm not a big fan of Camden.
Me neither.
Because it's really out of the way. It's literally surrounded by the projects. So, like, I don't know, it's a little sketchy. I'm trying to think of like a place I played that was just like, fuck this, man. I also don't want to be a dick. I'll say as far as played, but it's a love-hate thing. There's a spot in Trenton that I don't even know is a venue anymore. That's called Champs. And I've been to shows there and I've played shows there. And same deal, it's a pretty ghetto area. But it's a love-hate thing where it's like, it's a shitty venue, but it's homegrown to me because, I'm from here. So it's kind of like a stepping stone venue that like a lot of bands play before they play bigger spots.
Yeah.
So I mean, I feel like everyone that I've ever known around here has always played Trenton.
Or Dingbats.
Or Dingbats.
Or the Meat Locker.
Meat Locker, I've never played.
I love the Meat Locker.
But I've been to a show there, and it was fucking crazy. It was forever ago. I went and saw this band called Old Wounds. They were like a hardcore beatdown band. Dude, I didn't know nothing about the band. It was like a fucking Wednesday night at like 10, 11 o'clock at night. Couldn't walk through this place. Dude, when that band started playing, it was like a murder fest. There was a guy who was like 6'5" in like a Yankee hat and like a starter jacket. and he was leveling people. Like, we were like, fuck, dude, stay away from that guy. He was killing people, but it was just so fucking intense.
Yeah, I went there to go see Court Order, and I don't remember else who was on that bill, but it's always a fun time there. Have you ever played The Saint?
Oh yeah, countless times. I mean, where I'm at is only 30 minutes from Asbury, so I've done the Pony, I've done the Saint. I've never done the Wonder Bar because Live Nation's picky about shit.
Yes,
And
yes,
then
they are.
and then House of Independence I've done too, which is like a more newer spot. I mean, not even really newer, but it's newer compared to the Saint and the Pony, which is a really good spot for shows. But yeah, I've done the Saint.
What do you, at this point, what do you think is your favorite show you ever did?
Favorite show I ever did. I mean, recently, this Viper Room show we just did was fucking crazy. So, first off, Viper Room's only like a 200 cap venue, right? They told us there was about 500 or 600 people who came through the door,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe it because I've never been there before. I've never even played a show in California until this one that just happened recently.
Yeah.
And I walked upstairs to this place. You could not walk through it. It was fucking packed to the brim. And it was our first LA show. I mean, the band's based in LA.
Yeah.
But it was our first LA show. And my first ever LA show. And I just couldn't. It was so crazy. Because the Vegas show we played the night before was like okay. But it wasn't anything like this Viper Room one. It was just like the only thing I can compare it to is like I've watched the first time I went to Warped Tour, there was this band called the Amity Affliction performing.
Yeah.
And I was so blown away because like the vocalist just seemed like he had the fucking crowd in the palm of his hand and he could just fucking control them. That's how I felt at that Viper Room show. Like I just had the fucking crowd by the balls and fucking just could do whatever the fuck I wanted to do and knew they were gonna love it. And there was people there singing our fucking words and shit, which is the first time we got that with this band, which was even fucking cooler. So it was just off the fucking hook, man. I mean, actually, the video that we're coming out with for Bad Decision,
Yeah.
a lot of clips from that are actually from that Viper Room show. So
That's awesome.
it was fucking sick. Like, we made a fucking statement that night, man. Like, yo, we're Reddstar, we're from Los Angeles, and we're here to fucking stay. Sick.
So you definitely would play the Viper Room again.
Yes. Before it closes, which is a thing. They're planning on tearing it down. They're like supposedly building condos or something. I don't know, but yeah, it's not gonna be there for much longer.
Okay, so since you're from by me, did you ever go to Birch Hill?
No, I'm actually not sure what that is.
Okay, Birch Hill was the biggest venue we had before Starland. It was on Route 9.
Huh.
What do you call it? Now it's an old age home, but everybody and anybody has walked through there. Like
Yeah,
I'm saying Disturbed, I'm saying Kitty, I'm saying Seven Dust. I mean, anybody you could think of played there before Birch Hill. I mean, before Starland was a thing. Well, it was Hunka Bunka first, but I'm saying before Starland was
I've heard that name before. I've heard the Hunka Bunka thing, but
Yeah.
I've never seen it or been there before. That's definitely before, because I thought after they did the Hunka Bunka, or if I'm saying it right,
Yeah.
that's when they opened Starland. Was shortly after that.
Yeah, when they Hunka Bunka closed and it ended up to be Starland Ballroom.
Yeah, so
But
that's the history I know, but I've never been to those places.
well, like Hunka Bunka had Jay-Z there before Jay-Z was Jay-Z. Like I'm saying, big. I mean, we had, what do you call it, Birch Hill, we had, well, now we have Starland, and of course we always had PNC. I'm saying, like, that's pretty much what we had, except for going nearby you. I mean, Asbury and, you know, Dingbats and everywhere else. I mean, I'm saying, in this area, in Old Bridge, that's what we had. Well, Hunka Bunka is technically Sayreville, but yeah, that's where you got to catch a show, or a random firehouse. They did hardcore nights at firehouses.
Yeah, I've been to my fair share of hardcore shows. I like them a lot because, I mean, obviously, you're from the East Coast.
Yeah.
I mean, Philly does this hardcore every year, and especially like where I'm located. I'm an hour and a half from Philly, hour and a half from New York,
Yeah.
hour from Atlantic City. I'm like around everything, so like I can go everywhere in Jersey pretty easily, and I can go to the major cities very easily. And man, the energy at hardcore shows are just like unmatched. And the only thing I just hate is the crowd killing and like having to worry about getting punched in the face. Like,
Yeah.
I don't go into pits. Like I like going to shows like that if there's like a balcony or something. 'Cause that's
Yeah.
where you'll find me at.
Yeah.
So like, I not in Jersey, but in Philly, there's this spot called the Voltage Lounge.
Mm-hmm.
I saw this Terror headliner there, and it was like Terror, Backtrack, Year of the Knife, and a couple other bands. You could only walk through this place when it was like interchanging bands, so everybody would go outside to smoke a cigarette or
Yep.
weed, whatever. And I'm talking like I was standing on the bar. It was fucking packed, watching people kill each other, running, like jumping off the stage and stepping on people's heads as they're falling, like insane shit. Same with Code Orange. Same
Yep.
with man, I'm trying to think of like I've seen Agnostic Front, like fucking like just like a lot of people, man. I actually saw Agnostic Front with the Misfits. That was fucking sick. I went to the Philly date for that. And it was really fucking cool.
So we're going a way back. I was a waiter, and I actually got to wait on half the Misfits. That was a cool freaking. That was a cool night. That and MXPX and the drummer from Papa Roach.
Oh,
I got to. Yeah. What I was saying, when Birch Hill was there, I worked at the IHOP that was across. You know, you had to make a U-turn, but it was on the same road. Yeah, so when they were playing Birch Hill, they came in before or after the show.
That's sick, man. Yeah, they I mean, like you're aware they did all those like shows with like the original lineup.
Yeah.
And for that Philly date, it was Agnostic Front opening, Dropkick Murphys, and the Misfits, and they had Dave Lombardo drumming for them, and it was really cool, man. And I got floor seats for that. I mean, I don't know if I could show it the other way or the right way, but I don't know why I'm not doing this right. But the Misfits logo.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's probably one of the coolest fucking bands that ever come out of this state, and there's not many, so, you know, you gotta hold it down.
So if you had to pick, who is your actually favorite band? Excluding your own. Like I'm saying, like, Every time they're around, you have to see them.
See, it's funny because my favorite band, I've actually never seen live. So it's, I mean, I've been saying them a lot, but it's Linkin Park easily. Stained's up there. Like they're like here's Linkin Park. Stained is like right here. Like they're like smacking underneath them.
Yeah.
But Linkin Park's essentially what got me into wanting to do music. Like they're one of my biggest influences. Same deal. Like I'm gonna sit here and just make a fool of myself. I'm not gonna do it, but I have their logo tattooed on my neck. So.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. I mean that it kind of just ties everything together. That's why when I got offered to do this band and do the rapping and the singing, I was like, this is fucking given. Like that's what I've always wanted to do anyway. So. And again, that the lyrics that Chester would write were always like really relatable to me, and they were always really deep and real. But I always liked Mike's rapping influence, and then just the overall instrumental of everything. So,
Speaking of that, did you like Fort Minor?
it's okay.
Okay, like I just wanted to ask. I think he came out with one CD. But, like, I thought it was okay. Like, it wasn't, like, the best.
Yeah, I mean, I can't sit here and say I bumped Fort Minor. I don't know, it's like, it's there, but it's not like something I'm like, dude, I gotta put on Fort Minor right now. Never.
Alright, I'm going to ask you a very hard question, then I'm going to let you flip it on me, alright? This will be the last one, and then we'll do promotions and everything else, okay?
Mm-hmm.
What song defines you as a person? Like, if you had to send that song to somebody, it's like, without saying stuff, but, like, they'll get to know who you are just by that one song.
I already got an answer. Surprisingly. Somewhere I Belong by Linkin Park.
Okay.
That song, like, thick and thin. That song, I fucking relate to that song like a motherfucker, man. It hits hard. It's real as shit. I mean, if people don't know the song, fucking wake up because it's old. And, yeah, that's another song where I've listened to that a million times, and it's just never gotten old to me, and I relate to it like a motherfucker. So there's others out there, but that's easily the one that people are like, don't tell me anything about you, just send me a song. You're like,
yeah,
bam, there you go. So what's your answer?
Okay, I
actually
actually
gonna have it so fast.
no, I have two actually, but I'm gonna have to say "Torn to Pieces" by Pop Evil.
Huh. Okay. I saw Pop Evil a couple months ago, actually. At Starland, ironically.
I actually met Haley that night.
Oh, really?
Yep. I'm walking out to have a cigarette. I turn the corner. I'm like, oh shit, hi. Yeah, I was able to take a picture with her real quick before my phone died. But
yeah, that's a good answer. They're a good band. I really like them. They put on a great show, and like they just seem like really cool people.
I have a lot of cool photos from that show.
So
and
ironically, I was gonna say we probably crossed paths subliminally.
Probably over the years, yeah. Because I'm always at Starland, I'm always at PNC. You know, occasionally Meat Locker. Occasionally, what's the other one? Something theater. I'm trying to think. It's in Monmouth, I think.
Oh, the Wellmont Theater?
Yeah, I'm there as well sometimes. It's in Montclair.
Yeah.
You never know where I'm going to show up.
I'm actually, I don't know if you're going to this one, but I would assume you are. I got really good seats for fucking Rob Zombie and Mudvayne. I'm pretty excited about that one.
We'll have to meet up. I'm gonna be there. I got lawn, but I rather lawn over seats. But I actually got tickets to see Pretty Reckless and Hailstorm for $40 seats.
Oh, sick.
And I got this is my third time trying to see her. Alanis Morissette, I got tickets for that show as well. It's funny, she canceled the one year it was on my birthday I was supposed to go. I've never been to a show on my birthday yet. And what do you call it? Then last year we had that storm, they canceled it. So knock on wood, I actually get to see her this time.
That's awesome, man.
I'm just shocked. All these years I've never been to a show on my birthday.
I haven't either. So I actually was supposed to play a show on my birthday, and then the pandemic hit, and then everything shut down. I've yet to do that too.
We might have to make that happen though.
I know. I don't really celebrate my birthday like that, though. I would like to have a cool birthday show, but I also don't know if I'd want to be around a bunch of people I don't know being like, "Happy birthday, dude!" Like,
I get it. I get it. So, you have any more questions?
do I have any questions or
Yeah.
anything?
Yeah.
What made you get into doing interviews?
Growing up, watching Matt Pinfield. Then I had a conversation at a karaoke bar, and here I am about 4 years later.
Makes sense. Another New Jersey native.
Yep, he's from East Brunswick, New Jersey.
Closer to you than me, but yeah.
I actually work across the street from where he used to work when he was a kid.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I was supposed to meet him at the Viper Room show because he knew the guys in the Stan Butterside that played. I thought he was coming, but unless he was there and I just didn't see him or whatever, but I didn't end up seeing him that night. So, but
Yeah.
my guitar player went to something that he was at out in LA and, brought up how I was from Jersey and shit, and he wanted to like talk to me and have a conversation with me and shit, but it hasn't happened yet. So.
Yeah, he played in Asbury. I know that much. He did some DJing in Asbury, but of course I had to work. So
Okay, and then I'm gonna ask you, what's your favorite concert you ever been to?
I'm gonna have to say the first Family Value store. It was Rob Stein, Korn, Limp Bizkit, Ice Cube, Orgy, and I might be missing somebody. That was, I believe, 1998. So I think that was my freshman year of high school.
Damn, that's fucking sick. That's one thing I'm like really envious about because I was like a fetus basically around that time, and they were like, thinking of like Ozfest lineups and like Family Values tours and all that. I'm like, damn, all that shit looks so sick.
I was at pretty much almost every Ozfest, and I went to 2 Family Value stores.
Fucking jealous. I have one of them on DVD because I found it at a fucking record store. It's like, I think Korn's the headliner. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all the way over there.
Yeah.
But fucking, I found it at a record store for like $5. So I was like, I'll buy this.
Speaking of Korn, I'm so debating on how we both don't like Camden. I'm so debating to go to the Korn and Evanescence show It's in like August something.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're my favorite band, and I don't miss them when they're here. But it's Camden. Like I.
Yeah. And you're gonna pay an arm and a leg for parking. It's like kind of a pain. I don't like going there. I mean, especially because everything goes through PNC usually. That goes to
Yeah.
Camden. So it's like,
Yeah.
the fuck am I gonna go to Camden for anyway?
I that one's not for some reason. And I'm like, well, I can understand because Korn just played at PNC, and they did play at Camden too. So I don't know how that doesn't. Okay, that goes into the next question here. How does that work with what do you call it, skipping New Jersey on a tour? Like it's literally every time I've been looking lately, it's like, all right, we're going to Pennsylvania, we're going to New York, but they skipped Jersey. Is there something about that, or like I don't know? I don't know.
Like you know, like I mean, I feel like most bands or acts, like if they're not playing Starland or like PNC or Camden, it's like that's your options. And I mean, there obviously, like we talked about, there's other venues, but I feel like in a lot of cases it makes more sense for a band to hit Philadelphia or New York City. You know, they're starting to do some shows in Atlantic City now. Like,
Yeah.
like I'm actually gonna go down there for the Escape the Fate tour that's coming up, because my boy Max, who's in this band called Violent New Breeds, on that, so I was gonna pull up to that. But there's a venue down there now that's starting to do more shows. But I think that's really what it is. I think it's just like, hey, New Jersey's such a small state that a lot of people are gonna probably go to New York or Philly if they really want to go to the show. So like, another example, I went to the Falling in Reverse tour when they played in New York City with Wage War.
Yeah.
And I think they didn't even have a Philly day. I think they only had the New York day, and then it like went to a completely different area. And you know, said fuck it, like I wanted to go, so got tickets, drove up to New York, made a fucking day out of it. You know, but I think that's why, because it's just a lot of people who come from New Jersey to go to those places, and then again for the really big stuff that's at the amphitheaters or Starland, like
Yeah.
they'll fucking just go there for those. But
If there's one.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
But a lot
no.
of people who don't live here fucking don't know about all this shit. So
Yeah. So if there's one thing in the industry that you could change, what would it be?
I'm gonna be honest, I kind of am envious of how it used to be done. There wasn't, I feel like there wasn't as much money back then, but like now you have to be so active on so many different things. Like you need to have a TikTok, an Instagram, a Facebook, a Twitch, a fucking, you gotta play show, like you gotta like be a full-on business and up and running and successful way before a fucking label even wants to come in. Or if they do come in, they're gonna offer you nothing to build you. Like they'll give you what's called a 360, which is like, we'll take you, make you something from nothing, but you're gonna own practically nothing for the longest time. So but I'm kind of envious of how it used to be, where you didn't need all this. I mean, I'm talking before the internet. Like, you didn't need all these fucking platforms, and you just relied on fucking making good music and playing, and people got record deals off of that. Like that, if that was the fucking way it was now, I'd have a deal right now. Easy. But that's not the case. You gotta have, another thing, you gotta have good streams now, where your streaming numbers have to be up. It's like, there's so many different platforms you need to be fucking killing it on for anybody to give a shit. It makes it. It's like they try to say like, and I'm not saying this is wrong, where it's like, oh well, the internet gives you exposure that you wouldn't have if you were just, playing regions or whatever, which is true, but it opens the floodgates for a million fuckers who make a song in their bedroom to fucking become an artist, and it fucking closes more doors for other people because somebody has a bigger following. So I kind of wish it was the way it was before, because it'd be a lot, to me, it'd be a lot easier.
Like, I remember handing out flyers and, what do you call it, post stickers everywhere, and, back then, not even for, I mean, I was never in a band, but I'm saying for people I knew, like, I get it. You need a TikTok following, you need a Facebook following, you need this, you need that, and everything else. But if you're only one person handling everything, it gets, a little ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's a lot of fucking work, man. It's like this. I highly recommend to anybody who's thinking about getting into music to fucking really put some thought into it, because there's a lot of financial investing and time investing that you're not going to get a lot of it back. You're going to lose a lot. You're going to lose a lot before you're going to gain anything. And you kind of need to be all in if you want to do it seriously. Like, there's no doing this as a joke. It's you gotta go all fucking in, or otherwise you're probably gonna fail. Because otherwise, obviously, everybody would be a fucking rock star if anybody can do it.
So, do you have a message for your fans right now?
Yeah. Life sucks, but we can all figure it out. I don't know, man. I mean, that's about it. I mean, I guess that's shit that I tell myself. That life sucks, but there's always a way to kind of maneuver, and everybody's route in life is different, but doesn't mean one is better than the other. People may think that because they're like, well, I'm not fucking a Kardashian, or I'm not fucking Corey Taylor, or whatever, because that's what our fucking society's built on, is like fame and fucking numbers and everything. But I've met plenty of people who fucking, in New Jersey, because it's a New Jersey thing, that work at a gas station that are fucking cool with it. Like, I'm cool with just pumping gas. That's how I get by in life. I don't need anything else. Or, or even if you go, because again, I've been to a lot of places, like you go to the Midwest, or like in the South, where it's more simple living. And, for someone like myself who does so much shit, I'm very envious of that stuff too, because I'm like, wow, I wish I like everything that I do, but I wish I was so pleased by such a simpler lifestyle, to where like I can just work a regular job and not have so many crazy responsibilities. But that doesn't come with music. Like I said before, you gotta be fucking all in. It's a full-time job. So I mean, literally, like I've been running around all fucking day, fucking. I made sure I got. Which, by the way, I want to apologize, because I feel really bad that I bailed on the original interview that we were going to do, and I feel horrible about it. I've never fucking done that before in my life. I've never fucking bailed on something, but I was just caught up in shit that I just couldn't get away from.
Things happen.
So I wanted to publicly apologize to you, because I
Things
feel really
happen,
bad
man.
about that. But again, like running around all day, but made sure, okay, I have to fucking make sure I sit down and take the time to give this man, the time that he requested and that I said I would give. So, yeah, I guess it's just that. It's, at the end of the day, everybody has their own path and their own life. It doesn't mean you need to be famous or have a big following or have a lot of money. There's a way to find happiness in a lot simpler things.
So at this time, you want to promote what's going on in your life?
Yeah. Reddstar with 2 Ds, one word. Not that hard to figure out. New song out this Friday. It's our first song with Matt Good, which if people don't know, he's a fucking great producer, and he's worked with everybody from Hollywood Undead to Ask Alexandria, you name it. Working on more shows. We're consistently putting out music every 6 to 8 weeks, so that way we're just constantly giving fans new shit. And yeah, that's it. Just trying to stay busy as fuck.
And where can you be followed?
Reddstar music on whatever you got, man. Fucking, I don't need to fucking spell it. You know, nothing spelled crazy besides the red. There's 2 Ds.
Yep.
All one word, Reddstar. Other than that, if you could figure that fucking part out, put the word music after it, and everything will pop up. Fucking YouTube, Facebook, website. And buy some fucking merch. Because we're not going to put up more merch if y'all don't fucking buy it. I'm just kidding. People are buying shit. It's cool.
I should probably say the same thing. Buy some merch. And I should have done this in the beginning, but hey guys, hit the subscribe button. It actually helps us out a lot.
Down below.
Is it down below or is it up? I don't even know where it is.
We're gonna point.
It's somewhere. It's somewhere around here. And the last question of the night: what was the best advice you ever given?
Fuck, I'd have to really think about that one. I'm actually kind of stumped on it. I mean, can I even take it from like a movie?
That's fine.
Does that work? You know, like what is it? I think it's from like Rocky or something, where it's like, you know, it's like not about. I'm gonna botch the fucking quote so bad, but it's essentially like it's not about getting knocked out. It's about like how hard you can get hit and stand up and still show that you can fucking fight, you know, in a nutshell. I'm really botching the fucking quote really bad, but it's that, and it complements what I was saying before, of just like, you know, life throws shit at you, some that you can see coming, some that fucking blindsides you, but at the end of the day, it's the people who can take that and move forward and push through it that really fucking succeed. And again, when I mean succeed, I don't mean monetary, I don't mean any like fame wise. It's just being able to get through life knowing that you overcame everything that was fucking thrown at you. Because that, to me, is one of the biggest accomplishments that anybody can achieve, is being able to look back and be like, man, I've been through some fucking shit, and I'm still here, and I'm not homeless, or I'm not, you know, I'm not using, like, meaning like drugs or alcohol, like I'm straight living, and I'm fucking, you know, living my life. So I that's essentially it. Like, fucking how hard you can get hit and still fucking stand up afterwards.
I would like to thank you for your time. It's been a pleasure having you on. And I will, as soon as the song comes out on Friday, I'll post a link everywhere for you.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. And
I hope you have an amazing night.
You too, man.